Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Anthony, the cool guy. I will be your afternoon entertainment. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to jump right into ZBrush. And in ZBrush, I love creating stuff in ZBrush. We're going to go ahead and start off by starting off with the Ridley that we had from yesterday. So let's go ahead and open him up. We're going to finish him up today and finally, get the color on him. It's going to look awesome. Always have water because it is a hot day out here in Southern California. Excellent. Press edit. And that being said, so just to let you know, I'm here today. I'm just basically going through. I'm actually fully finishing out another IP. I do have another IP in the works. So I have two IP in the works, and I currently have schedules for each one. So this week I'm actually working on a franchise that everybody loves and knows. So I'm just going through and just getting all the goodies done, set in order, and we're gonna have that one set to the side, and then we're gonna finish up the other one. At least we're gonna try to get both of them as close to completion as possible, so in that way I can go through and I can get ready to start marketing these bad boys, and we're gonna make them profitable, which is gonna be awesome. That is an awesome thing to do, to think about it. So I'll probably be on here for just an hour and a half, just doing final details, finishing up everything, and basically getting the colors on, because I do go to other streams and stuff, and I watch other YouTubers and stuff, and see how they get down with the get down, and how they how they uh how they practically operate in a sense. So that way I can kind of get a little sense of personal style myself. Style. Style. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now, I'm just going through, just clicking on an alpha. I should say, I'm trying to find an alpha, something that's gonna, help me out with getting a lot of these details done. You know, not too quick, but quick enough. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, it feels satisfying that you did such a good job. You're like, wow, wow, that's so nice. So that is practically what I am working on right now. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and check each of these. Looks like all of them are low poly, which is good. That's low poly. That's low poly. Oh wait, that's not low poly. Oh, before we start, the number one big thing you always want to do. Let me go ahead and well, yeah, there we go. Let's move this over to the side a bit. I don't know why it wants to fight me. Hold on. Let me just adjust this real quick. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I just need to do a little bit of adjusting. And there we go. Because I really don't want you to see all this stuff. Well, I just don't want you to see all the time and stuff, and the time span area of where I'm at, because I'm private about my time, I guess. Who knows? We're going to go through, and what we're going to do, we are going to name all this stuff. Because you see, I got the name right here for Mel Ridley Origin. Now I need to go through and actually start naming everything else. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to be like, these are toe claws. There we go. Call those toe claws. We're going to call these, call them shredders. Because those are some gnarly freaking fingernails that we got. Let's see here, what is this? Oh, that's what that is. That's the mouth. Okay, so that's that mouth, the mouth of veins. So now those dragons have those like weird looking mouth veins and stuff. So that's pretty much what that is. So we're gonna name that mouth veins, because that's gonna be a thing that stretches up and down when he goes to do his roar and stuff, and looks all creepy and epic looking. Okay, we're gonna name this tongue. Tongue. Watch your tongue. Okay. I believe these are the bottom. Yep, bottom row T. So we name those. always practice good habits of naming all your stuff, because when you go to put it in another engine, oh, actually these ones are top row. We're gonna name this bottom row T. When you go to put them in another engine, you want to know exactly what it is that you're, clicking on, because, huh, there's always been times where you would just get lost really fast, really quick, and then you're a sad customer because you forgot to name all your stuff. Metal armor for back and feet. There we go. Missile. Launcher. Alright, and this will be armor 1. This will be armor 2. Let's see, go down. I believe these all go to his face. Yeah. Go ahead, turn this off because you're not going to see inside. There we go. Alright, overhead brace. One. Jaw. And we will, I think this is the last one. This is also armor I metal 2. Alrighty, so now that we got that all finished and set aside, as you can see, be sure to name all your stuff, and then we will be good. Because, like I just said, you always want to practice good workflow strategies. Yes, I know there's AIs and stuff out there that can generate your meshes for you and go from there, but there's nothing like the feeling of actually going through and doing it yourself. Because then you know exactly how to retypologize your stuff. You know exactly how it's going to look when it comes out. Because, I mean, see, look, it shows you exactly how it's going to look when it comes out. So, yes, this stuff does take time, but it's good to take your time because at the end of the day, you have time. The only time you don't have time is when is when you're dead. when you're dead. That's the only time you don't have time. Any other things besides that, if you take care of your kids, good. Take care of your kids. Take care of your wife. Take care of your significant other. You know what I'm saying? You have time. When you're breathing and you're moving around, you have time. So keep that in mind when you go around and do this stuff, because this is how a lot of these billion dollar companies go through and do this kind of stuff. But the only difference is that a lot of them don't really have a clear focus or an aim to actually finish up something, and then that's why you always see some of these stories don't come out as good as that they should be, because they didn't come up with a pretty good elaborate plot or scheme for a story to get you caught up in. There's some stories that are exceptions, but a whole lot of them are not. So I'm just gonna let you know that every time, and then we'll just go from there. Hello, welcome to the stream. This is a drawing stream. We're here in ZBrush, and I'm here doing some art. So I hope you enjoy, and I'm just gonna, talk and ramble on. So just to let you know, I do have other projects besides this one. This one I'm taking a quick break on my other project because I just need to get some more flair and pizzazz and get it ready to go. But can honestly should say, if you like what you see, please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. I will start to do more lives here daily from here on out, because I figure it's a real good thing to do, and it helps pass by the time sometimes, because I can sit here for hours and I've worked on like so many different things and all that stuff, and then go from there. So thank you for coming to the stream for a little bit. I truly appreciate your view time, your viewership. I hope to see you again. Anyways, let's see here. So yeah, you go through, and you just start to put in your details and stuff. As soon as you get done with doing all the muscle groups and stuff, you're like, oh wow, that looks freaking awesome. Let's go ahead and add it in here. That's all. This is pretty much what I'm doing. I'm adding in first level skin detail for this character, and I'm kind of taking a little long, which is good, but what you're saying, like I keep saying, it's good to take long, because at least you know that your creature is going to have the utmost care and detail of what you actually put on there. So just going through now, just adding the details and all that stuff, and we're not gonna take long with everything. And it's cool that AIs can now generate meshes in 7 minutes. Some of them are a little faster than others, which is good. Glad, I guess somebody's out there trying to teach the AI to be all like, hey, I need you to pick up the spade. Oh, saying. But the one thing about AIs is that they're doing the full-on meshes and all that stuff, and they're already trying to have them posed for you, and it's like, that's not what I asked for. But beggars can't be choosers, right? It's free software, so you're just gonna have to work with what we give you, and that's it. Well, you ain't wrong. Well, you ain't wrong about that. It is free software, but at the same time, though, you want to just go through and you want to go through and take care of all that, So well, it's one of them. That was one of them. There we go. Got some nice skin detail right there on his arms and leg, his freaking wings. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to those arms, because like I just said, I'm hungry. I'm starving for your attention. I need your attention. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's others out here that do pretty cool, decent art as well. You know what I'm saying? Not knocking I ain't knocking on nobody or anything of their sort of their hustle. But there are a lot of YouTubers out here that they do this whole, oh, I regret not knowing how to do this. I regret not knowing how to do that. It's like, well, you got time now, so you might as well just make use of the time that you got, and go through and just start learning a little bit more, so that way you can be productive in your own life. Like me, I'm productive. I really am, especially when it comes to doing all this 3D art, because I really want to be the guy that's like, Man, I want to inspire you guys to get out there, make your own games, enjoy your content, so that way others can enjoy your content as well. Yes, I'm that guy. Let me go ahead and do transparency, so that way we can get all the details in there too. Cause yes, you can do that. It's your world. That's Bob Ross when straight say, it is all in your world. You go through there, and then you gotta always emphasize the there part on there. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know that you got done with that artwork really fast, really quick. So like I should said, I worked on this from last night. You can check out last night's stream on my page. It is under my lives tab. You know, it'd be nice if you do. It's pretty awesome when you do check it out. You know, I understand that there's edit and cut videos where you could just be like, I want to watch this for later. Well, guess what? I make my lives so you can watch them for later. And, you know, definitely take your time with watching them too. You know, it's just saying you can do like 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, and be like, you know what? After 5 minutes, I don't like what this guy is saying, so I'm not gonna subscribe to his channel. You know, it's cool to do that too. You know, I am not tripping because the fact is that this artwork is gonna get done one way or another, and it's by my hands. And as you can see, my biggest philosophy is this: is that skills beats money. Let me go ahead and let me repeat that to you again. Skills beats money any day of the week. Yes, okay, we need money to survive and have our dependability, but if you have people that are really on your side, and you know, you got a wife that's gonna help you out through thick and thin and all that stuff, and she wants you to see your dream all the way through, you go through and you make that mess happen, man, because you know what, that's the window that God gave you, that opportunity to do what you want in life instead of what you're like, ugh, and then you feel the dread, you know, and then you don't do it, and then you die, and then you're like, why didn't I not do it, you know? And that's the big thing. It's get out there, do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong way to the journey of life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody likes to say life is the thing that beats you up. No, it ain't life that beats you up. It's the devil. Because when the devil starts to see that you start to do all the stuff that you want to do with your life, you know what I'm saying? That's when things start to get really hard and hectic for you. Because you know the devil and his acolytes, he wants to go through and make sure that you are as miserable as possible, and that's just that. So yeah, I'll talk about some deep stuff if you want, but you know, it's up to you to want to handle it or not. But you know, my life views are a little different, little crazy, and they are out there. But at the same time, though, you know, I've been called a demon too, especially by evil people. I don't know how I can be a demon to evil people when evil people do more evil things than I do. So I'm just saying, like, there's that. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's use this brush right here. We're gonna use this brush. We're gonna go ahead and freehand it. Let's see. This looks nice, but let's go ahead and double up. I think I already got it to the highest level. 25k is a pretty high level. Yeah, I'll just keep it there. It'll make for a great. It'll make for a very, very great map. So let's go ahead and add those wrinkles right there. Kind of dig into them, so that way it starts to integrate into flesh, or you'll get some kind of resemblance of what flesh is gonna look like. You know. There we go. Get those wrinkles in there. Let's cross them up. Boom. Because cross hatching is the way to go. Cross hatching gives you all those nice details, you know. And that's how a lot of the artists, you know, do a lot of their stuff. So make this brush big, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take it down to a slight level, so that way we're not getting rid of all of that detail. Because when you smooth something out, it does exactly that. It'll smooth it to the degree where you won't see all that hard work that you just put in just now. except in some spots. If you want some spots to be really smooth, you can, but it is okay to have that because when you take it into another program, you will see that freaking uh, all that detail that you did work on, especially if it looks soft in other programs, because it will show up as soft. And the good thing is that you can control how much of the amount you actually see of that detail on there, which makes it really, really awesome. Which again, I will always refer to that one game, Ill. Right now, I'm really kind of excited for Team Clout because they seem to have been working on that game for a very long time, and I can honestly straight say it looks like it's gonna be one heck of an experience. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the transparency for now because we're not gonna need it. Mm-hmm. Gonna add all that bumpage, that bump detail in there to give it that insinuation of like this creature's got like these bumps and all that stuff. Gives it more depth. When you put a lot of noise on it, gives it a heck of a lot more depth. Let's see here. There we go. We'll do the same thing here. Just gonna go ahead, just add that noise, add that bump. Add that bump up in there. Ain't nothing wrong with it. There we go. Put that bump in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Starting to get all this nice detail on there. We're getting it in a pretty good amount of time too as well. Because remember, whatever you don't see on here, right? You don't worry about. But if you want the creature's body to be animated fully and you want these metal pieces to fall off them, it's best to have these details on there for just in case. That is the best way to put it. And then you just go through and you just start to mix. And you know what? I'm gonna add some juice to it. We're gonna modify that bad boy. Go ahead, give it a couple more H tiles. Give the radio factor. Give it a little bit of streak. Just give it a little bit of noise. And now you got more to work with. And you get that skin detail done in as quickly as possible. Yes, there are old techniques, and this is technically one of the oldest techniques in the book. But this is cross-hatching, and cross-hatching actually really helps you out with getting all that detail done in a fast amount of time. And you just take your time and you just cross-hatch it. And I'll give you that fine amount of detail that you're looking for. It's actually pretty awesome. Let's see here. But Anthony, why don't you just turn off all those polygons and stuff and then do it? Because the fact is that that's why we got the transparency layer. That's why. The transparency layer it changes the name of the game. You don't have to go through and freaking turn off everything. You just do it right there and then, and you know that all the details gonna be there. You don't have to go through all that craziness. And then bada bing, bada boom. Just you add all that detail in. And no one will ever know. Because they're going to see that you got all this other stuff going on this creature. And they're going to be like, wow, that's just simply amazing. Call me conceited, but when you put in this hard work and you do it for years on end, it's just saying your way, your ins and outs, and how fast you can get something done, which is why I'm showing you and the people. But yeah, you just kind of go with the grooves and the grips and stuff. Yeah, you see those grooves right there. You follow those, right? And then all of a sudden, all that stuff that was, all lined up that you can't tell, starts to make it feel like fabricated skin, which is something the industry does not ever want you to know about. But that's how you cheat. That's how you cheat. And yes, you can do all those body scans and all that stuff, and you can do, what is it, the metahumans and all that stuff. They got character creators and all that stuff out there too as well. Or you could get what you want and they'll fix up the rig and get all that stuff done for you that way as well. But let's see. There we go. So we're gonna go from there. Alrighty, crowd, I will be right back. My mother is calling me. Give me a hot second, I'll be back. Okay, I am back and better than ever. Okay, so now where was I at? Okay, so yeah, you just go through and like I should say, you just shake that bad boy up in there. Right? And you go through, you wipe it on down, keep wiping on down until eventually all those lines that you did make from the clay buildup starts to make it feel like it's a part of the skin, because it's a part of the aesthetic. You know, there's no, I mean, there's no right or wrong way of making skin. There's like so many different ways you can do that without having to get so many texture maps and all that stuff. You just do it right here. You know, somebody tries to tell you it looks fake, then they're definitely lying to you, because they don't know what they're talking about and they haven't been trained to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, there we go. Put all that skin detail on there. It's like people could hardly even tell. You can barely tell if it was clay buildup lines or not. No. Now I love the spray brush because I don't care what anybody says. That spray, it adds that detail on there, and it's the way you want it. You have it your motherfucking way. There you go. And this is what we call micro detail. And mostly micro detail is supposed to take a total of like a couple of days for you to do something to make something look really realistic, if you want it to go that far. It's just saying if you want to go that far. For me, I normally just, here, give me some of this brush, give me some of that brush, and then I just be like, I'm about to go ham on this. And then it gives that nice micro finish. Like I just said, crosshatch. Like this sandy color, but it will insinuate that it actually looks like skin. So there we go. Cross this in and keep on going and color it in. Bada bing, bada boom. Boom to the bam. Alright, and then we're gonna take that brush. We're gonna go ahead and use this alpha. And we're gonna just give that weird knuckle. That weird knuckle. Yeah, it gives it that nice look to it. While we're working on the feet, of course. Of course. There we go. And work around the nub like so. Boom. And then we'll add to the nub. Why not? And then we'll clean this up. That way it's not too harsh. And if that was not enough to, you know, clean up or whatnot, right? You just up your intensity just a little bit. And there you go. Got some nice, smoothed out, monstrous looking feet. Yeah. And if you don't want too much streaks, but you just want the noise, you just turn down the streak amount, and then just add that detail there. Boom. Let's see here. So we got done with the legs. All right, cool. What about all this right here? Yep. Let's go ahead and just add the muscle strands right there too. There we go. So now way it feels like it's integrated in this, like I should have said, a part of the skin. There we go. There it is. Alright, so since we got the eyes and stuff, we got the color on that and everything. Now we're gonna go ahead and give them that iconic purple color. So we're gonna start with red, of course. We'll start with red, of course. That nice pink. Turn that off. Always make one of your brushes a color brush. Not everything has got to be a, you know, a sculpt brush. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and turn this down. We're just gonna go ahead and give that intensity of the red. We're gonna do this in like multiple hues of red, so that way it gives that insinuation that, you know, he's got blood running through his veins. You know. Go ahead, give it a couple of hits of this red. Yeah, there we go. Remember, I think Ridley was red at a moment, but that was only because the light hit him, and that was it. Or the light from the lightning, or from the lava, but I'm gonna go ahead and give him that red, so that way it gives that nice hue to it. And we're gonna hit it with a couple of dark. There we go, and then we'll jump up, hit it with a little more extra red. Boom. Gives us that nice crimson red color. Like so. Dun 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 dun. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take it down to the purple. And we're gonna hit them with a couple of hues of purple. So we're gonna start with this light purple right here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh snap! And then we're gonna move it down to this color purple, and then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll hit it with a little more of this purple. Yeah. There it is. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna color this part red, so that way we can insinuate that's his gum line right there. And we'll turn off the transparency for now, so that way you can see what we're working with. So right here, if you don't want to go through the whole hassle of seeing the colors change over and over again, just simply press the material color and just hit color. full color, same thing. We're not gonna project. We're gonna go color. Press the thing on the side. We'll just fill the object. Fill object. Fill object. Well, before we fully finish moving on with this one, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna zero mesh it. Let's see. Let's make sure that we delete the hidden. Oh, there were some goodies in there. Yeah. Now we're gonna delete that hidden. Press the 1. Line edge, and we're gonna merge those tries. Hit the zero mesher. And now it's done. Technically speaking, we're always supposed to kind of soften this stuff up first, so that way it can keep a solid shape. We're also going to do the same thing with this as well. But before we zero mesh, hit it with that with that smooth brush. That way it keeps its shape and form. Do the outside, same thing. That way you'll have better results. And then you go ahead and you take it to the 1. And then you do line edge, merge tries. And oh, oops, we forgot to delete hidden. So you can just click that. Go to the other side. Now you delete hidden. Alright. And then you're gonna press 1, turn off the mask, so that way you can keep this thickness. And then you just hit zero mesher. And now it kept its thickness. So now all this is low poly. Except for this one. This one's not low poly. Oh, I did delete it. Did merge. All I gotta do is take down the number. Make sure you soften it up. Go to the other side. Make sure it's softened there. So that way it keeps its shape and form. Because then you're gonna go through and then you just modify it all afterwards. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna delete it. Yeah, it's already gone. And there we go. Now we got, I believe everything. I believe everything. Oh, nope. We got another one right here. Nope, we got another one right here. And we forgot to delete hidden. You know, line edge, merge tries. Soften everything up. Hit that smooth button. And you smooth it out. And you smooth it out. Like so. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, take it. You also go to the other way as well. Make sure it's all nice and smooth out there. Yeah, smooth it out. Gotta smooth it out. It's all in the flick of the wrist. For me, I'm just scribbling all crazy, so that way I can just get it. Because you can really technically make your brush really huge and then just do it that way. And then what you're gonna do, just 1, zero mesh, done. And now it's gonna keep the shape. And there we go. I think everything is almost low poly on this bad boy. I think this is the only one that did not get the low poly treatment. Oh no, I started doing the thing for it, so now I could put those spikes on there. So okay, we ain't gotta worry about that quite yet. All right, so now that we're done, you go through. What's up?
Make sure y'all clean that bathtub.
Mom, I'm on live right now. Okay. You got another human being up here. You got another human being that you can tell that to.
Do not disturb.
Okay.
Come on, face.
Gotta love my mama. She says to clean the kitchen, to clean the stuff. I normally always clean it, so we're all good. Anyways, where was that? Material. You go through, go for color, fill object. Place Oh, oops. I totally forgot. Fill object. Fill object. There you go. You just repeat the process, so that way you're not going through the whole fact of, oh, it's already colored. Why does it keep changing color on me? There you go. I'm just going to simply go there and fill out the objects. There it is. Fill object. Fill. Bye, I love you. Fill object. You just go through and you just fill that object. Mandula Amblakana. There we go. Sorry, you just ran in on old Waterboy reference. Anyways, here we go. Now we're gonna go through. Now that we got everything all basically materialized in here, we're gonna simply go right here, and we're gonna start by just doing a base color of the mouth. Just sit there and you just simply color it. I'll just use standard. There we go. RGB it. Turn it down. Oh, oops. I'm not even on the right one. There we go. So before I continue on, one thing you always want to do, save your work. You never know when a crash will come up out of nowhere and then you're a sad customer. Thanks for coming by for a couple of seconds. I appreciate you. Go through and start to color it all up in. But Anthony, why don't you use freaking texture maps for the mouth like gum textures? Because gums are pink. So you color it pink. And that's that. End the story. Okay, there we go. Alright, cool. We got that in there. Alright. I'm gonna go through. Color the rest of this pink. We're gonna color the rest of this pink. Uh-oh. Chris, mama needs you. Alrighty. Go through. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alrighty. So like I should have said from before. Go through, you put that color in there. Then you just start to work your way down where the teeth are going to be at. And depending on the level of color that you actually put on here, you know what I'm saying? This right here is just base color, so, you know, you go through and then you put the hues of red and stuff in there, and then when you put it in another program, it makes it look so realistic, so nice, you know? Especially if you export it as a mesh and it's like a small mesh. And you use that other color. And bada bing, bada boom. Fill it in. There we go. You know, everybody's always like, you know, but wouldn't the color look off? Wouldn't it look weird? Well, if you see it as off as weird, then you're a perfectionist and you're probably crazy. You're real crazy. I'm not a perfectionist. I don't deal in that. So I normally just go through and I'll just put the reds where the reds go. Turn it down so that way it doesn't overtake the pink that I just put in there. And gives that nice level of detail in there. Because remember, we already did the detail. There ain't no need for us to go through and, you know, do all that stuff again. There we go. Get in there and model that bad boy. That's how you do it. And that little bit of red in there. Kind of make it slight, you know. Load that red and then take that red, kind of turn it slight pink and then just hit it off like there. And that's how you hit your gradients. Ooh, got one right there. Boom. There it is. Okay. Same thing goes right here. Ooh, excuse me. This will make for really great effects texture, especially when you want the mouthpiece right here to look all really wet and stuff and just nasty looking and all that. And this will definitely be great for that. All right. So here at the top part, teeth. Need to delete hidden. Press 1. Zebra mesh. Done. Now it's all cleaned up. Quite literally. It's all cleaned up. Now you just go through and you take that move brush. Move it all up in there. Boom. Done. So last night this creature took me a total of probably like a couple of hours to do. To, you know, get him to look the way he does. And then I just did the quick detailing on the outside. If you want to be a stickler of detail and all that stuff, then you know, I'm just going to be the guy that shows you the way, because I'm not a stickler of detail. I'm just a stickler of efficiency. If it looks nice, then we don't have to worry too much about it. If it doesn't look nice, then gonna tell you we got some issues, and we're gonna try to get this fixed as quickly as possible. Cause I like being easygoing. I don't like being too detail oriented. I'm detail oriented to a certain extent. So let's see. Go right here. Got it at 14. These teeth, we're gonna simply start to really fill them out. And that nightmare fuel rage right there. Do 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 dun 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 dun. Oh, righty. When we got done with that, we're gonna go through and start to add a little more of that pink around where the teeth are, so that way we can simulate that's where the gums are gonna be. There we go. There. Alrighty. Now we got this nice armor going on around his body and all that stuff, and actually kind of like the way it kind of all, interconnects and all that stuff. Let's see here. Just go through and you just start to soften everything up, you know. That way it gives more of that definition. Just soften it up. There we go. So what's cool is that when you go to rig this character, you can always just copy the weights over of what you did, so that way you're not doing double the pleasure, double the fun, and make it last forever, ever, ever, forever, ever, forever on the dance floor, if you catch my drift. And you just give it all that nice loving and little bits of detail here and there. Alright, cool. Now we're gonna go ahead and take these. We're gonna spike these bad boys up. Oh no, did I forget to press the X button again? Yes, I did. Great, now I'm gonna have to do what I did from the other side. Chat. Alrighty. No worries. Keep them extremely low poly, because you're gonna add details on top of the metal. We're gonna get this one close to being done as well. And these are what we call, like, I would say $1,000,000 assets, because they're gonna be your big pieces that you use as a form of, making art, making your art attractive to your characters. So that is the big thing that you gotta think. You gotta dream big, you know what I'm saying, in order for it to feel big, if you catch my drift. Dream big in order for it to feel big. Dream big in order for it to feel big. There we go. Oh, water's good. So yeah, if you happen to run across my live, you like what you see, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. And definitely tell your friend. Go tell your friends about it, about it. Go tell your friends about it. That I'll be on here drawing and stuff. So that'll be a cool thing for you to do. So that way you can help the cool guy help grow his brand. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to doing this art and showing you guys that skills beat money any day of the week. I just want you guys to see my skills. Because if I was asking for money, I'll probably be on Patreon. I'll be like, I need some money. I need some money now. I need meow. I need a lot of money. Okay, I need it. I need it. I don't want to be that guy that does that to you, because that's no way of doing any kind of form of business or whatever. Because at the end of the day, creativity should never, not ever be outshined by money. Because if it is, you would not be a company I don't want to work for. Because you'll sit there and be all like, if this is gonna make me, if this doesn't make me money, then you're gonna be a sorry individual. You understand me, you maggot? And that's what you would have to hear. And then you'll be all like, you know what? Fuck you, man. And then all of a sudden, blacklist. You're done. You understand me? You'll never work in a show business. Not ever, ever, ever again. and that's just the bottom line on that one. So we don't ever want to get to that point. So for me, it's, let's show that we got these skills. Show that we love doing what we do. We love doing here, and we go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said, at the end of the day, creationism, it needs to have its day. Definitely needs to have its day. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go through. We're gonna go ahead and color this bad boy up. I know this is like multiple pieces. I should make this all one piece, so that way I'm not going through and freaking I'm not going through and I'm not doing triple the work. I can just have it done as just one piece, and then I could just click on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this one piece. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna use the merge button. We're just gonna go ahead and simply hit merge down. Boom. There it is. The full metal armor, baby. And boy, does that look nice. It's nice and low poly and ready to go. Oh, for the person that did come by today, thanks for coming by my stream, even if it was only for a little bit. Yeah, thanks for being awesome. And hopefully I'll see you around here on the Cool Guy channel, where you can check out all this art I've been doing, and you'll be like, wow, it's actually pretty good. I actually like the way it looks. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a couple of pieces from you. Let me go ahead and get like 1,000 for like 1,500 units of stickers and stuff, and we're gonna go from there. No, buddy, this art moves. Trust me. I just haven't gotten to the part where it moves yet, because I'm not gonna show you how I make it move. Because if I do, then I'm screwed, and then I'm out of a job, and then your AI gets to take over, and it gets to laugh at me and straight says, "We're all gonna laugh at you, you bitch," and then I'm gonna be sad. And all those years that I did just doing all this stuff would be for nothing. It will be for nothing. Now I'll probably end up showing you how I actually end up moving all this stuff and going from there, because I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff. Let me take another sip of my drink. There we go. Got our nails. And no, we're not gonna leave him hot pink, because he's not a fruit. He's not a fruitcake. He's not a fruitcake. Oh, okay. Well, just pull that in there like so. I'll clean these up. Ugh, that's dusty. Do I feel like going through and straightening them up? Hell no. Hide the bitch. Hide the bitch, Jeep. Hide the bitch. And then you're done. nice looking razor sharp nails. You know what? I probably didn't do that for these guys down here either. Oh, no, I did. Never mind. Oh, by the way, if you happen to run across my live and, you happen to make it to this far in the video and all that stuff, please be sure to go check out my music called THPD. That music album is out now on YouTube Music, and we make some pretty cool original music. If you're into music, we got something for everyone. And hopefully you enjoy and you like it if you happen to run across my stream where I tell you about all this stuff. So yeah, it's called THPD. So it's T.H.P.D. The acronyms are short for either My Hero Music Production, or it will be short for the Hungry People's Dilation, which you guys are dialing in to look for some brand new type of music. So definitely check that out when you get the chance. That'll be pretty awesome of you if you do so. And I'm gonna go ahead and let's get back to this, our regular scheduled program. Yeah, I know I'm trying to sound like a TV infomercial program. Thank you for tuning in to the Cool Guy channel. We are here today to let you know that we are drawing Ridley from Metroid. Oh yeah, and he's gonna be a different type of Ridley. He's not gonna be the same one that you guys are used to seeing on the screen, where it's just yeah, this one is gonna actually talk and do some real creepy stuff. So, getting back to regular scheduled programming, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to like what you see, because if you don't, well, it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna still keep doing this anyway, and I'll be on here live just because I can. And then they're gonna always ask me, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why? And I'm gonna simply tell them, because I choose to do so. I don't want to go out of life being a boring bitch, and then you guys don't see how I get down with my artwork. Now back to regular Anthony voice. So anyways, that being said, you just go through and you can cut in and boom, right, and then boom, right. So that way it makes it feel like the metal is attached to the other metal that's right here. And what's gonna be cool about these sleeves is that you can mount a gun on there, and bada bing bada boom, you got some gun action. You got some gun action. There we go. And there we go. So we can either put it on this sleeve or we can put it on this one, but mostly you want to put it on these ones because that's going to be the way where the wings can actually span out and actually shoot lasers at you, which would be crazy because dragons have a strange way of being able to float and shoot shit at you. Water's good. Oh snap, that thing's looking dusty. Oh shit, I gotta do more extra work. Why didn't anybody tell me about this? Oh, because you know why nobody told you and they try to tell you that there's something wrong with it. They should say do it yourself. You're supposed to have the skills, right? You're supposed to have the skills, right? Of course. Make sure you have the skills then. Don't sit there and rely on us. We're the ones with the money. Oh, anyways. Yeah, that's a little inside joke. But anyways, let's see here. We'll go right there. Pull these, and we'll add this to right there. There we go. And you know what? Well, we got this part right here, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and elongate it just a little bit more. go. So yeah, of course, you're gonna have to go through and we're gonna have to smooth it out. It's gonna be the sucky part. Smooth it out, your beach. So we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna smooth it out, your beach. All right. So that way we're not pulling on it on this high caliber. Just take it down and then just give it these sharp creep angles. And hey, you know, maybe tonight I'll get back on here and we're gonna go ahead and do more. You know, definitely do a lot more. Oh, excuse me, throat's getting parched. All right, cool. What's up, Ma? I'm still on live, but what's up?
My back tire's flat.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know what happened. Chris is gonna take me, but you need to be in there waiting for the tow guy because he's gonna come put on his spare so we can drive to America's Tire because they close in 30 minutes. So we're not gonna be able to get it towed there in time.
Well, we won't be able to make it there in time either.
Right. The car's staying here, but we'll be able to drive it at least on the donut.
Oh, in the morning.
Gosh.
Do I have to take it down the hill?
It's already down the hill.
It's already down the hill?
Yeah, because I didn't know it was a flat.
Oh, snap. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I think it's because when I be coming home, you know where them rocks are on that corner?
Uh-huh.
I be telling y'all to make sure that stays swept up because it'll tear up my tire. And last night, y'all don't be keeping it clean, and I suffer for it. And I gotta pay for it.
I don't think you have to pay for it because they'll be able to just
You
replace
better
it.
hope. You
Well,
better hope.
it's a part of the. It's a.
You better hope.
Hold on, listen, because it was a part of the warranty
You
that I
need to
got.
come in here though, cause we need to go. I'm gonna be like super late.
Okay, I'll be in there in a sec. Alrighty. Well, life event. Tire problems. Alright. Well, looks like I got a whole lot to do around the house today. Yikes. Always a problem on top of a problem on top of a problem. Alright. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll end this stream here because you guys heard everything that needed to be said. Yeah, so this was done in about an hour. Got a lot of coloring and stuff done. You know what? Hold on. Before I do exit this out, let's go ahead and give some cool metallic grays. Alright. Divide that up. And we're going to go ahead and hit it off with that gray. Fill that object. And we'll go ahead and do a dark. Real dark black. Not close to black, but dark black. There we go. And this we'll just simply do a dark gray, like there. Fill that object. Oh, son of a gun. What happened here? That's what happened. Didn't pay attention. Oops. Or we just smooth it to victory. And then it's like you never knew it ever happened. Smooth it in. do it in circle motions. Like you're Travis Scott in sicko mode. And be sure that you keep the mask on there. It'll take a little time, but it's gonna go right back to normal, you'll see. Why is it doing that weird vertical slicing? I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. So before I finish up this stream, we're gonna go ahead and do exactly that. Finish up those vertical slices. Like so. Got this nice black and gray composition going on. You know, this is what we call blocking out color. Take this right here. Fill in that object. Do it a little more dark color to offset it. And there we go. And we'll take these. And we'll go ahead and give it that offset same color. Object. Take the mask off. Oh, before you ever do any full-on coloring, just be sure to take the masking off and then fully color it in. Alright, cool. Give them those golden nails. Start off with this nice metallic dark gold like that. And there you go. I'll do the same thing here. Alrighty, and just like that, we are not done. What we did is just the base color. We did not do all the textures and all that stuff yet. So just leave it like this for now, and we're gonna go ahead and call it done. So like I should say, I got a couple of chores and stuff to do, but like I should said, skills beats money. So if you have the skills, go through and make it yourself and get it done. Forgot one part. Let's go ahead and color in that tongue. Since we're at it, you know, might as well. So you go ahead and you take this standard brush, and you grab from that customized reddish pink that you made, do the color, and then you fill in that object till you get it to the desired colors you want. And there you go. Alright. So now we're gonna go ahead and stop it from here for now. Go ahead and take this up to the highest level so you can see the detail work that we did. Looks pretty cool. We got the wingspan right there for now. So that way we're gonna put the metal piece wings there, and then that way when you go to animate it, it'll be able to actually fully stretch on out, which will be pretty awesome. So there's this one. That's all done, said and done. There is actually something else I need to look into, and I want to show you guys before I fully disappear on you. Let's see, and that is these guys. Where is it at? We'll go. Oh, I did finish coloring up this guy. Okay. Alright, so I did finish coloring up another creature. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some badassery in here. This is for another campaign for another time. But it is all a part of the same game, so you'll see that for sure. But okay. I will be seeing you guys later. Thank you very much for coming out to the stream. Thanks for the 2 people that did show up today. You guys did make my day. I'm very grateful for your viewage and your watching time. And I will possibly be back on later on tonight as soon as I take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. So you guys have a good rest of your day, and hopefully I will be seeing you soon.